Rob here. It's late afternoon, going for a late day walk and a swim. Tina is already there. She went ahead so I could have 20 minutes alone so I could practice my guitar. Tomorrow is open mic night. And yeah, I've been going up twice a week on open mic night and trying my best. It's a lot of fun because it's very supportive and, you know, I screw up all the time. However, getting up there, in spite of the fact that it's practically the scariest thing I've ever done, I like a challenge, so I get up there and I keep doing it anyways. So I want to talk to you about something that's very important to me, very near and dear to my heart, and that's health. So I've always been a goal setter, and I noticed my goals started to shift in my late 40s. I'm 63 now. My goals shifted much more to health-based goals, and because I was, you know, doing pretty good on all other accounts, and health seems to move up the ladder as far as a priority is concerned. So those of you who know me for my big switch in my lifestyle three years and a bit ago in January. I think it was January of 2019, I switched my diet. I was what you would call a vegan. And hello. And I saw that movie, Forks Over Knives, and it made me crazy. And it was a big mistake. I consider that part of my life one of the worst mistakes I made in my entire life. So I started to get some really bad symptoms. Hello, how are you?
Good.
And anyways, I'm going to link. I did a video last year and the year before, sort of updating, and I don't want to get into that too much. That's not my goal of this particular back road walk talk. But for those of you who know me, just about everybody I know, with very few exceptions, think it's really weird, think it's wrong, think it's objectionable, and in a nutshell, it's pretty much the carnivore keto diet. Lots and lots of meat, ruminant meats, which are cows and such, and, you know, sheeps and probably horses. I don't eat horse, but a cloven animal. Now, the meat in those animals seem to be the most naturally aligned for nutrition and for humans. So, but anyways, I don't want to get into it too much. I just want to talk about overall general health and the importance of health vis-a-vis getting older, vis-a-vis diet, vis-a-vis pharmaceuticals and all of that stuff. So, and the fact that for me, it's a big priority. One of my biggest priorities. That guy was looking at me kind of weird, like he had a cigarette hanging from his mouth, and he looked older than me. So anyways, yeah. Where was I? Hello.
Hi.
To me, good health is so important. It's literally like nothing else matters when you compare it, especially when you get older. Because if you have questionable health, if you have compromised health in any way, shape, or form, the wheels start to fall off, things start to loosen up and fall off. You know, you compare it to a car, you know, so many miles if the car was not well maintained. The ball joints, tie rod ends, the universal joints, the wheels, the discs, the drums, the axles, the body, everything starts to fall apart. Now, genetics plays a role, but it's not the only thing. I feel very fortunate. I've been blessed with good genetics. I know some people who are extremely unhealthy. They're still going strong, probably because of good genetics. So it's a bit of a mystery when it comes to genetics. So if we have if we have that going for us, it's a blessing. However, I still want to do whatever I can to maximize. So here's my take on it. And again, I'm not going to get deep into my big transition a little over 3.5 years ago. You can watch the replay video down below. I can tell you where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm still carnivore keto, but I've been adding more vegetables, but not a lot. I've been adding a little bit of raw honey and a bit of watermelon. And when I'm in Ontario, I eat an apple a day, usually at night. So it kind of pulls you out of the whole keto thing, but it's okay. There are a lot of guys, including some doctors that I follow, namely Paul Saladino. Highly recommend you look into him. He's on YouTube. He's got a really good channel, as well as Dr. Sean Baker, who is an orthopedic surgeon. They've both written books and they talk extensively. They have some very, very, very good presentations on this diet. So I'm convinced that it's the most natural way to live. If you want proof, all you got to do is look at our biological history and look at the fact that as humans, we evolved eating animals. That's how we grew big brains, and that's how we pretty much evolved. And for anybody who looks at me and goes, oh, that's too much, man, I can't do that, especially if you're a foodie. Hello. That girl almost ran me over. So if you're a foodie, you like all those different gourmet meals, you're going to have a hard time with it. So, but I still encourage you to consider some of the key points that I'm going to mention to you right now. It's getting loud here. Hold on.
Totally, and also I think it's more
I thought she was talking to me. She's on the phone. Okay, so anybody who looks at me and they're kind of like, what the? I always encourage anybody to try it. If you can't try it, at least do this. Minimally. Eliminate all sugars. Eliminate all seed oils. Wheats, grains, and fruits in moderation. So, hello. And this is what I love about being down here. You just say hi to people all day long. I mean, I don't get that back home. Back home, I'm stuck indoors. You're outdoors and you got your mask on. So, I suggest people do that. Sugar, in nature, there's literally no food where we find in nature that has both high quantities of fat and high quantities of sugar. Our North American diet, standard American diet, uses a lot of processed foods, tons and tons of processed vegetable oils, which are really, really bad for you, including soy, including fructose and all kinds of sugary stuff. And it drives your insulin up. When you're constantly having your insulin levels being driven up, I like to use the analogy, the metaphor of a car. You're driving down the highway and you got this like super rich gas that's starting to go in the carburetor and the car wants to go faster. So now you got to slow it down. But the gas is being pressed and you can't stop it unless you stop that gas intake. So this is how statins work. It's, the pharmaceutical statins, the ones the doctor will prescribe to you once your cholesterol levels are too high, which you could easily fix with diet. Diet and pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes can easily be fixed with diet. If you, so you're driving down the road 60 miles an hour and you got to slow things down, so you push on the brakes, but you still got the gas on. That's the metaphor I like to use. So when you eliminate all sugars, when you really slow down your metabolic process, you balance things out, you feel so much better. I've never felt this good in my entire life. Never. Sleep like a baby. All my joint pains went away. I literally swear I could see better. Again, I get into detail in that in those replays, so I'll put those down below. So I always tell people to have an open mind. Just do some research. I know a lot of people are addicted to sugar and have a real hard time with this. It's cultural. There's a lot of studies coming out, and I'm going to put a link to 2 studies in the description below. These are legitimate studies, and this is coming out, really coming out in the last couple of years, and I believe you're going to see more and more of it. Camera died. Get educated, get inspired, follow the science. And my cousin Bob has a similar story, and I'm going to put a snippet of that also in the description. I highly recommend you watch it. So yeah, random talks about health and nutrition, what's important to me, how important it is to me, and I'm hoping to inspire others who may find some of the information I'm talking about useful, even though this is a Costa Rica channel. I think it's important. If you're down here living a good life, if you're up there living a good life, it's not much of a life if your health goes for a crap. You want to stay in good health to the nth degree, and nutrition plays such an important role. And it's such a sad testament to the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry, what a big role these large pharmaceutical lobby groups and such that they play to push drugs. And nobody really talks much about metabolic health and nutrition. So, Pura vida, man. I think that's it. So yeah, the last final thought is that a lot of the foods we eat are processed, sugars included, is literally the worst of the worst. And a large part of it creates an inflammation. You just look at people, they just look puffy. Everybody looks puffy. That's not natural. That's usually a sign that you have inflammation. So, get strong, get healthy. Pura vida, man. We'll talk later.